Hey guys, welcome to 10-Minute English with May. And today we're going to focus on of which and of whom. So remember, which and whom, they are relative pronouns. So that means whenever you see them, that means there is an adjective clause and it cannot stand alone as a sentence. So if we compare the following, many people consider Louis Armstrong the greatest jazz musician of all time. Many people is your subject, consider is your verb, so this is a complete sentence. Same thing with number 2. Many is a pronoun that can function as the subject of a complete sentence. So many consider him the greatest jazz musician. That is also a sentence. Many of them, and the them is personal pronoun, right? So personal pronoun can also be subject of a complete sentence. So many of them, the many here, that would be subject, and consider would be verb. And that is a sentence. However, for the last one, you see many of whom. You might be wondering, well, isn't of whom a prepositional phrase? Can I just cross it out and many would still be my subject? Technically, you're right, but of whom makes the whole clause dependent. So even though your subject is still many, you still have your verb. This is a fragment. To be more specific, it is an adjective clause and it cannot stand alone. All right. So same thing here. Most tomatoes are grown. Remember, are grown, passive voice verb in greenhouses. Most are grown in greenhouses. Most of them, the personal pronoun them, are grown in greenhouses. And all of these 3 examples are complete sentences. But our last one, most of which, because of the word which is a relative pronoun, now the whole clause becomes dependent adjective clause, and it is a fragment on its own. So we need to pair it up with another independent clause to make it into a sentence. So be careful when you see of whom or of which. So now, let's say today, if this is a punctuation question, they give you semicolon or period, most of which, you know right away that that is wrong because semicolon equals period and you will be creating a fragment afterward. All right, so you would need a comma before that. Now, let's take a look at an example question. Universities have historically offered, so our subject universities have offered our verb a wide variety of continuing education classes. So a wide variety is our direct object. I'm going to cross out the prepositional phrase. And then you can see, hey, A doesn't work because the subject of A is some of them. And then we have verb are offered. And that's a complete sentence. So sorry about that. So our A is a comma splice. When you have 2 complete sentences with only a comma in the middle, that is comma splice. And for B, you can see it's the same, some of them, right? That can be the subject of a complete sentence. And also grammatically, it doesn't work because they simply add another relative pronoun here, okay? And it becomes very wordy. Okay, so B is very awkward. So let's cross it out. And C, we can see there is some of which is our relative pronoun, meaning there is an adjective clause. But the problem is you have a period here. So that means you are creating a fragment. Okay, and that means our answer should be D. For D, we have a complete sentence, independent clause, comma, dependent adjective clause. and that would be correct. That makes a complete complex sentence. All right, and that's it. Sorry for the dogs barking. Okay, bye-bye.